So, describe to me how Omaha, Nebraska used to look when you were growing up.
Honestly, when I was little or younger, I guess, I think that Omaha was like, I don't know, almost like more friendly in a sense. Um, Now I don't know if it's just because I was younger, but I like remember it being more colorful and like cleaner. Like maybe just in general, like the city appeared to be cleaner. Um, yeah,
Do you think that it being cleaner was because the significant amount of people that, like, before, like, a lot of people have gone there, like, a lot more people have started living in Omaha? Or do you think there's, like, specific businesses that are, like, really polluting?
I don't even. I think it's a big issue with like city maintenance and upkeep. I don't think like the current administration in Omaha is doing a very nice job with it. Like for instance, potholes are like the city workers cannot keep up with like the amount of potholes that are there. And I guess like now is winter, so I think probably am thinking of Omaha like more of a winter sense, which I mean it's typically dirtier with like sand and gravel and stuff, but the streets are kind of messy. Um, like there's an area like 84th between Center and L Street that is just like gone downhill. Like it's just kind of a trashy area. Like the businesses there, like it's just like a weird assortment of companies and just kind of a trashy area. I don't know. I don't think it's like a. I don't like. I can't call off the top of my head like any major companies that I think are like damaging Omaha per se, but it's definitely changing.
So you don't think Omaha's changed for the better at all?
Um, I mean, in ways it has. like, like for instance, like when they built the new stadium for the College World Series, like that is like a very nice part of downtown now, and it like attracts a lot of tourism, and so that like helps with the economy, like the amount of people that are coming to visit every summer, and like that kind of revamped part of downtown that like I mean it was like nice, but it has made it like so much nicer. Um, and I guess like that's the same. Like they've been pulling in like different events. Like we just had some of the NCAA basketball tournament games happen in Omaha, and we have like the Olympic trials for swimming in Omaha and the Olympic trials for curling. So I think like some of those things that are like newer have been like a positive and have had like positive impacts, but I think like maybe with the population growing, it just like comes with being a bigger city. Like it's maybe not as clean, and maybe the crime levels are maybe a little bit higher. I guess I don't know the actual statistics on that though.
Okay. When you were younger, what did you used to do in Omaha?
Um, so we used to like play outside a lot more, and I guess that's like part of like growing up too. Is you're not necessarily doing that as much, but like we used to go on picnics like down in like Toll Park and like when I was really little, like my mom used to take me to Pimple Park and we would just like play on the equipment and stuff. But like those areas now are like kind of shady. So like that's not something that we do necessarily anymore. But like went to school in Omaha and like that building has been torn down since, and I don't know, like I grew up there, so like that's I pretty much did anything and everything. Like my childhood will always be associated with Omaha.
Have you been to any of the parks or anything that you used to go to? Like I know you mentioned Toll Park.
Yeah, Toll Park has gotten kind of sketchy. Like, there's been some like kidnappings and like, uh, I believe someone was like murdered down in the park. It's like kind of sketchy. I know like a lot of people go there to do like illegal things at night, and the cops are usually like always around there, which is like not how it was growing up. Like when we were younger, we used to ride our bikes down there, like, which this like park isn't like super close to my house, but like it was fine because like that part of town was good, and we would ride our bikes down there and with like a packed lunch and just kind of like set up and like spend the time there, like go fishing, like ride our bikes around. It's like across from a golf course, and so just be like a place that we can hang. But like now it's just kind of shady and not necessarily the greatest place, like the most family friendly place.
When you go back to Omaha, what are your favorite things to do?
Eat. I do think Omaha has increased their like food selections. So it's my favorite thing to do when I go back is find a new restaurant that like wasn't necessarily there when I was living there, and just kind of explore coffee shops. Always fun. One of my favorite things like now that I'm older is there's like a little place in Midtown called Spielbound, and it is a board game cafe. And so they like have like we would just go with like big groups of friends and go play board games and like drink coffee. And like Midtown, I guess I didn't even talk about that. Midtown has been like new in the last 20 years for sure. And it's like again it like kind of took another part, like a part of Omaha that wasn't like super nice. It's like kind of getting close to downtown, and they like totally revamped it. It's like a super nice like I don't want to say facility, but just like area. Like they have a lot of green space and like a lot of neat little restaurants and like little trinket shops, and that's where Spielbound is, and there too. And they put in like a thirsty, like a bubble tea place, which is like kind of new and trendy. And so like that's just kind of a fun place that we go hang out, and they have like large like life-size chests and stuff. So it's kind of just a fun place to hang out. But usually honestly, besides eating and like visiting with old friends, I go home mainly to like see my parents and spend time with them, kind of do whatever they want to do.
One thing I noticed is that you guys commonly use like a Brita. Is that something you used to do all the time, or has like the water quality changed over the years?
I don't know if the water quality has necessarily changed, but I think we became more educated of like what was in our water. Um, and honestly, like even then, like I'll still drink out of the tap, and like I guess I don't really know if that's good or not, but that's something that like my mom like really looked into, and that was something that she wanted to make a change. And but like I haven't personally noticed like anything different. I guess that like another big thing, like the one of the reasons we started using like a water filter is because we like got soft water at our house, and so like my mom was like being extra careful of like what she was drinking.
All right. Well, thank you.